Now, everyone, this is Jason from Manning, South Carolina. You see, Jason is positive that he's sterile. When Jason was 6 years old, he says he was attacked by a colony of dangerous red bugs that made their way into his pants, causing damage to his testicles. Now, as an adult, Jason has tried to impregnate his ex for 12 years, unsuccessful. Joining us now is Jason's girlfriend, Katie, who is positive that Jason is not sterile because she claims her son, Jason Jr., is Jason's son, a claim that Jason strongly denies. So, Katie, I mean, your life has become a living hell, apparently, so tell us about that.
It's like this, Maury. I mean, every day we wake up and try to start fresh and move forward and, you know, go about our life and just trying to be the best parents as possible. And it's hard to do that when you constantly have somebody accusing you of running around claiming the baby's not his and
just making it kind of impossible for you, the two of you to get along, right?
Yeah, it's like having somebody grab your shirt and pulling you backwards while you're trying to move forward.
You knew about Jason's problem. Did he tell you that he was sterile once you all got together?
Yeah, I mean, he told me that he always wanted a family, that he had tried for many years, and that he didn't believe that he could have kids. I do have another child, so I knew that I could have kids. It wasn't a surprise. And, you know, he explained to me about the red bugs, and, I mean, you know, I invited him to be a part of my little family. And it just kind of both snuck up on us. Surprise, hey, I'm pregnant. And he congratulated me. Like, it didn't even register, hey, you're the father.
Wait a second. He congratulated you like, okay, I'm an outsider. You're pregnant. Congratulations. Is that what he said?
Yes. Like, we were arguing the day that I woke up and realized that I was pregnant, that we were arguing like cats and dogs. I mean, we were at a point where we were already fixing to break up. And I woke up one morning and you know, I started feeling really bad, and there was a stomach bug going around at my job at the time. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm just catching the bug. Got in the shower. All of a sudden, I got lightheaded, and I remember sitting there. I sat down in the shower, and I remember thinking, yeah, God, I haven't felt this bad in, oh, wait, since I was pregnant. So I got up, got dressed, and as I was walking out the door to go buy the test, Jason come up and was just off the top, wanting to argue and fuss and fight, and I'm like, I'm not in the mood. You know, I have to go and get a test. And he's like, a test? And I'm like, yes, I'm late. So he gets in the car, we ride, we're arguing the whole way there. Finally, I look at him, I'm like, just shut up. I'm trying to tell you I think I'm pregnant. He got quiet for a second. Everything was okay. And then he went right back to fussing and fighting. Like, it didn't even register, hey,
right.
She just said she might be pregnant.
You're positive that he's the father, right?
Even though he's anybody else.
You know, he does, I don't know why, but he seems to have trust issues when it comes to you, right?
Oh, that's a whole nother chapter in our life. I mean, I don't know if it's the relationships he's had previously. I don't know if it's just, you know, the way things went about in his life or what, but he is constantly accusing me of sleeping with this person and that person and having somebody on the side and sleeping with members of his family, you know, his brother-in-law, his childhood friend, the guy standing on the corner, you know, like,
okay.
I mean.
One of the reasons why he doesn't think he's the father is he had a relationship with an ex for 12 years, and he told my producers that he was trying to get her pregnant for 12 years, so therefore it only proves to him that those docs back in the day...
Well, he must have got it wrong. He must have got it wrong because we clearly have a child, so clearly he can have babies.
Now,
you need to man up and accept it and do your part.
But I understand that he was kind of supportive for you during your pregnancy, right?
He was there, to say nonetheless. You know, he didn't miss any doctor's appointments. You know, he was there physically. But as far as emotionally, like, I went through that whole pregnancy alone. Because he was constantly back and forth. Some days he was excited. Other days he was, oh, it's not mine. I feel like I'm doing all this in vain. And, I mean, he put a lot of stress on me, and it's already stressful enough being pregnant. And, you know, I went through a lot of depression, and he just didn't seem to understand that because he was not supporting me emotionally, and every other day I was being attacked. Even while I was pregnant, he was accusing me of having people come to the house while he was at work and, you know, do the deed and then be gone by the time he got home. I'm like, I'm pregnant with your child. What kind of person do you think I am?
He was there at the hospital, wasn't he?
He was in and out. He was there. He got to come back whenever they cut the baby out. And then, you know, he would stay for a couple hours, and then he would go and find something to do, you know, whatever he does, get in the car and leave and come back later. And, I mean, I felt alone in a sense because, you know, I just went through the surgery, having the baby taken out, and I was exhausted. Jason Jr., he was, had to be on one of those lights. I forgot what it's called, but we couldn't hold him. So when he, unless we were feeding him, because they were trying to get his body temperature up. And I mean, it was really stressful having to be there and do that by myself. And, I was stressed out worrying about where he was and what he was doing instead of him just being there and, being a part of that moment.
You think they look alike?
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, I feel like I need to be taking a maternity test to find out if he's really mine, because he looks nothing like me. There's his daddy all over. Look at the eyes, the nose, the chin. I don't have a butt chin, Maury. Look, I don't have a butt chin. Look at that baby's chin. Look at his chin. Look at their noses. The hairline, the peanut-shaped head, all of it. That's Jason, 100%.
He doesn't see that? He doesn't see any of that?
No.
Has he been a good dad?
Absolutely. I mean, when he's there 100%. And I mean, the way he is with children is why I fell in love with him. And he doesn't get that. He's always been active, and his nieces and nephews, taking them out playing baseball. Even other little kids. If he spots a crowd of kids, he keeps baseball gloves and all that in his car. If he spots a crowd of kids that are out there just kind of standing around, doing nothing, he'll ride up and be like, "Hey, y'all want to play baseball?" Ideally, he would be a good person, to be the figure for both of my kids, not just ours, but my oldest as well.
Do you think that if you prove to him that he's the father, that your relationship will improve or not?
I feel like his relationship with our son will improve a little better. I mean, he does act, he does things with him, and I can tell he's there, but that doubt is what kills it some days, because the days that it weighs on him heavy, he's a little more distant.